It's Camilla from Code with Camilla. Today we will be learning about variables part 2.
Thank you, Camille. In our last video, we learned that variables can be used as substitutions. Let's review it again. Open the Visual Studio, start a new project, select App, cancel application, next, give a name, say variable 1, create. In our last application, we calculated daily pay as a product of hourly pay and number of hours you work. So we used variable called hourly pay equal 10, and we printed out on the screen daily pay, which is a product of 8 and hourly pay. 8 is 8 hours you worked. And if you run this, what a computer does when it sees hourly pay, when it needs to print on the screen, it finds the last hourly pay assignment, here equals assignment, and takes the value of the variable, put it here, and calculates. So if you run it, the value will be
80.
So what it did, it just substituted hourly pay with the current value. So if we change the value, see, assignment, you assign to 9. You don't need to put var, because var was declaration, so it says this is the variable you just declared once. But you can change the value later. So now when this program, this calculation runs, what is going to put, 9 or 10?
It's going to put 9 because you changed it, because when it reads, it starts from the top to the bottom. So if you changed it, it's just going to ignore what you said on the top and do 9.
Yeah, it puts the current value. So if we run it again, the value will be
72.
So this was the first common use case for variables. The next common use case is storing data temporarily in a variable. Let me explain one example. Suppose that we have following expression: 7 multiplied by 5 plus 8 multiplied by 9. If you use a calculator, let's see. What we have to do when we calculate, we multiply 7 by 5. We have to remember it somewhere, and to make it easy, let's use the scientific calculator, where you can store data in a memory. So what you do in this case, you start with 7 multiplied by 5, save this result in a temporary variable or memory. Now you add this value, multiply this value, 8 multiplied by 9, add the value stored before from the memory, and you get the result. So let's do here. Let's call out the first variable, first part, which is equal 7 multiplied by 5. Call out the second variable, second part, which is 8 multiplied by 9, and print the sum of first part and the second part. So if we run it again, we get
107.
107. So what we did in this case, we did some calculations store them in a variable, in two variables, temporarily before we use those variables, those values later in our program. At this point, it may not be clear for you what's the benefit of this, but you will see the benefit in our next lesson when we start learning conditions. You will do more of this in the next lesson.
Okay, so the two functions of variables is to substitute values and store information.
Temporarily for further calculations.
What if you don't want it temporarily?
Well, if you don't do it, you don't create, you don't store them.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Come back next week for more Code with Camilla.